and Jester with CJ and Jester.
Good morning to each and every one of you. It is Tuesday, the 3rd of December. We're already in December, and we are on take 5 with CJ and Jester. Good morning to you, Jester, and how are you?
Well, good morning. I'm all right. Good morning to the listeners and viewers of this Stick 5 mental health program for yet another Tuesday where you get your mental health massage. Yeah,
This is a mental health massage.
yeah,
Okay.
certainly.
So it's like a spa day we are going through here. We're getting our shoulders, our neck, and everything massaged.
And mind you, to leave, you're still getting your mental health tonic, eh?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you're getting
Oh.
a bottle of tonic.
You're getting a bottle of tonic. I think, let me fix your camera because you're way, way.
I thought when I look at
I want to just take a neck off. That's it. Nothing personal. Just taking you out.
you can have it.
I could have your neck?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not like mine. I don't want your neck at all. So how is it going, Jester?
Not bad, not bad. Just coming out from a very what should I say?
Eventful?
Eventful weekend. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the word, man. You find the word for me.
Mm.
Eventful weekend. We had quite a lot of activities.
Okay.
We had
Yeah.
football, bingo,
Bingo?
we had rallies, yeah.
Mm.
You know, a whole heaping set of activities.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Did you go to bingo?
Yes, yeah.
And?
Boy,
No, and?
I
Tell
was
me.
yet again disappointed that I did not win, but that's how it is, Claire. And I understand that too well, you see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, well, at the spur of the moment, sometimes they do feel disappointed that they did not win or spend the money. But what I realize, you got to realize that everybody cannot win at the same time. It's just a few that will win.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Remember, there are thousands of people,
You're right.
right?
Well, let me
And-
ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many times you've been to bingo? You've been to Wagiti, you've been to Hootie, you've been to Coffee, you've been to all kinds of bingo. Have you won anything?
I have not, but my time will come. I have
When?
no doubt my time will come. Yes,
Mamma
my
mia.
time will come. No worry, I'll dog up the day.
Well, if you call yourself then that's fine. I personally
Nothing.
I think we have a call coming online. Let me take it. I think it's Kenro coming in. Good morning, Kenro. How are you?
Good morning, and how is you?
We're good, good, good. Thank you for checking in with us again on a Tuesday morning.
Kenro,
Good morning, Jester.
good morning to you, my dear.
I hope everything is all right with you.
I'm good. Thank God I'm all right, man. That's the most important to rise in the morning. You give him praises. And that's the most important thing for me, starting my day.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead, Kenro.
Yes, yes. Well, this morning, Lord, I give you thanks for waking up each and every one of us, especially those who are lucky to wake up this morning, blessed Lord. And I give you praise, I glorify you, because you know it's worthy to be praised. This morning, Lord, I stretch my hands to thee. Father, Lord, I help, I know, but only you and if thou should draw yourself from us, this all, Lord, where thou shall we go. Father, this morning, Lord, as where our country, remember Grenada is in your hand, Lord. But I remember the folk of Grenada and the folk center. Remember Carriacou, Lord. Remember Petit Matnik. But I remember all those little different keys. I bring it before you this morning, blessed Lord, and I lift it up to you. But it's only you alone could do our body good in that village and in that country this morning, blessed Lord. But God, pass by them this hour, blessed Lord. I bring the hospital before you this morning, and I lift it up, the sick and afflicted one, those that cannot help themselves, those on the hospital bed, the nurses and the doctors, the workers, the security, and everyone. I bring before you this morning. The boat on the ocean, I bring before you this morning, Lord. And even the plane in the edge and everyone of them in the boat and in the plane this morning. I bring them before you. Not forgetting because God is in your hand this morning. Remember them this morning, blessed Lord. Bless them if they will be so please. Father God, I bring that radio station before you. And I lift it up each and every one of that station this hour, blessed Lord. It might be small, but bless each and every one. It might be small as a mustard seed, but share the blessing of each and every heart. This hour, blessed Lord. Pass by every home this hour, Jesus. Remember them this morning, blessed Lord. Father, I bring all the buses before you. I bring all the driver, the conductor, the passenger. Remember each and every one of them. I bring them in a marked and special way. Father God, all workers here and everywhere. Look over them, the entire force, pass by the police and them this morning. Remember the SSU, remember the RRU. Father God, there is time the road is rough and it's tough, but with you, Jesus, each and everyone I depend on you. They could make it this morning, blessed Lord. Father, those in all different homes, I bring them before you. The mothers with the babies in their hand, but I help them to have a bread to share for these children this hour, blessed Lord. The school children is in your hand this hour, Lord. Father, each and every one, I cannot make them one by one, but you are going to do them. Enjoy you cutting and give them a peep down. Purpose on every bending side and do what, Lord, they cannot do for himself. We are the rock in the world, Lord. You are the one to shelter each and every one of us in the time of storm. Father, there is time. You see rough, there is time to see calm. But we bless you this hour, blessed Lord, in whatsoever you put for each and every one of the children. Pass by curriculum again this morning, blessed Lord. Remember each and every one. Remember Miss Matasman. But it's only you alone what knows everything. Only you are the one what could judge. You are the judge of the soul, Lord. Pass by the prison this morning, the image in the prison. All those who walking in the prison, remember them this morning. My God and my King. Remember Coffee wheresoever he locate, guide him and protect him, bless him. Pass by home this hour, each and every one of them in that home. Pass by them, Lord. Every village again, every parish I bring before you. My God and my Redeemer. But as you tell the disciple to say, what Father which art in heaven, to say, Holy be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the days of our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For there is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. So, our Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Hello?
Hi,
Amen.
thank you, Kenro, so much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. I know you have to run out this morning, but I'd like to say thank you again for stepping in and do that for us this morning. Thanks much.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, Kendall. Have a lovely day.
Bye bye.
Wonderful
Same
indeed.
to you.
Powerful
Bye.
prayer.
Bye bye.
Prayer. You can't go wrong with prayers, and too much is never enough.
That's true. You want to pray?
No.
I just asked you.
You think I will try to go and pray after Kendall?
No, you're making stuff. Totally, totally. So, wait, so let me say, start saying good morning to the folks out there online. Let me say good morning to Alvin Harris out there in New York. Thank you so much for checking in. William Broadcast, which is 107.5. He's bringing us live on 107.5, which is WiBS. Good morning to Jenny Mason, Lorna Bain, Mary Olavachi out there in beautiful Dominica. Look at her. She's almost coming home to Grenada, Dominica. Good morning to Mary Mitchell. Junior Mitchell, good morning to you out there in the Grand Town. Good morning to Faithlin Holly Douglas. Bernadette Abraham, I know that you're listening. Coffee in the morning. Good morning to Daphne Date, Arlene, Ethan, and Olivia. Good morning to NP. Good morning to Duchess. I know that you're listening this morning, and we're hoping that you'll call to make a comment. Good morning to Donna Sandy. Mr. Nicholas Snag, good morning to you. Marlon Klein, we'll say good morning to Kenner again. Good morning, Bandy. Pat Pear, William Pear, and Michael Pear, good morning to you all. Good morning, SBW. Good morning to Neth in the valley there in the trap. Good morning, Taz, which is Kenneth Manes. Good morning to you all. Good morning to the crew under the cashew tree. Paula, Sharon, Mama B, good morning to you. Anne Bernard, good morning to you. Radio Man, good morning to you also. Good morning to Sherry out there in Maryland. Pat in Mova. And Chubby, also, I know that you are listening. Good morning to Wendy out there in TO. And let me say a special good morning to my friend, Mr. Gordon, who is in Jamaica at the moment. Hey, I'm coming your way sometime soon. Send the ticket.
Yes.
Send the ticket. And let me also say good morning to Anna Julian. That's checked in. The rest is up to you, Jester. I'm leaving it to you. I don't want you to say I take all you people. So I got my peeps. Go right ahead. And by the way, the good morning that I gave is on behalf of Jester and myself, but he always says, sure. Go ahead.
Exactly. I'm glad you made it clear, man. Good morning to Gordon Bushes Richardson. Good morning to Alistair Dubois. That's I too. Yeah. Good morning to Wayne John, big man, Ted.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, who else? Claire in my home.
My namesake, yes.
Yeah, good morning to you.
And
Good morning to the Robinson family,
mhm,
Red Hill Street.
yes,
Special good morning to them. Always locked in, man.
yes, there. And my girl Caris, I know she's gonna give me updates when she see me on what her mommy gonna kill you.
Yeah. Every time she see me, I have to tell her stuff her see me say, Mommy will kill you. As if I'm
Yes.
afraid mom.
I know, well, you're afraid mom. Honestly, you're afraid mom. I see mommy yesterday doing people's business, looking as sharp as ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you forget the whole family. Texas.
Oh, Mrs. Glean. I have to give her a call today. So
Mm.
while I'm linked up with her, man. The
Yeah.
good lady,
Yes.
and her husband, wonderful couple.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And they have some nice children as well.
Mhm.
Wonderful family.
Yes. And let me also say good morning to Raymond Courtney and the young son. Is that a young son, yeah?
Young son,
Yes,
this
yes.
guy,
I say good morning
he
to
like
them.
controversy.
Well, I'm not a controversial person. I just say good morning
And
to
young son, I could afford to see that.
That's your
That's
people.
my
That's
boy.
your people. Okay, you say
You
what
know, I could afford to see that.
Yeah. So Lorna and Mary is in and Jenny is in. My Toronto people are in that. And this is good. I don't mind when my PUTO people check in.
Yeah, all I saying, she's on retirement now, so that she has all the time.
I don't understand why you're trying really hard to take my friend Lorna away.
Is that so clear? That's not the
Yes.
correct statement.
What is
No,
the correct
you
statement?
got to take back that
I'm
statement.
not taking it back because I said Jenny when you never met Jenny.
You got to advocate that. I say.
Hey, use a big word. What is the meaning of that?
Go and look it up
No, I
and
can
see,
tell me.
and see if it's in
What is
you.
it? Abrogate?
Abrogate.
Abrogate?
Yeah.
So take it back.
Yes.
It's simple. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. You don't want to take my friend away from me.
Of course not.
Okay. You want to share my friend with me?
What? Girl, let's move on, please, because I don't understand what kind of Kobe class you're trying to put in there. Lana and I are good just as how you and I are.
Oh, you went that far with you and Lorna?
Lana and I are.
My Lord. Lorna, we got to speak. I'm not taking that. You got to speak. We got to speak. No.
And the next one that will be good. Who is the next one? Is
Jenny.
Jenny? Yeah,
Yeah.
Jenny.
Jenny, when you get Jenny's food, then
Yeah.
you listen. He's trying. He's really trying to take my good friends with. But you see, these are my lifers. That's not going to happen to you, dude.
And he's here.
Yeah, Annie's here also. That's another of my,
Right.
my peeps and them are really tight. And you get to know my, well, you know Annie for all, but you're getting to know the crew of the peeps.
You understand?
That's three peeps, And then you know Denise.
No, I know.
You know Denise? Denise Cassandra's sister, Denise Barry. Oh, you know Emma Barry?
Maybe if I say the
Yeah,
person,
you
but I know,
yeah.
I know you too.
Yeah, you know Euclid, for sure you know Euclid.
Right.
And you know Annie, you know Lorna, you're getting to know Jenny, and then there's Denise.
Yeah, so
And you know my other peeps.
slowly,
Yeah,
I
you
get
know
to
Sonia.
Oh yes, Sonia. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
you know my peeps. But
Sonia.
at the same time though, they are my peeps.
Sonia is very. She's there from the foundation, eh?
Yes, Sonia, yeah, always,
Very
always.
original, where you are concerned.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that relationship span back a lot of decades ago, man.
Yeah, and it's still going, and that's why I tell you I'm not afraid to tell you about my peeps because they are lifers. They're there. If I call up and I say, hey, this is what's going on, what's up? Power. Well, we're good. We're really, really good. And I have to say, thank God for that because not very many people have friends that last that lifetime.
Yeah.
So
I should have realized that in my long sleep.
I see long sleeve and you're in plaid. Let me see if you wearing stripes at the bottom. No, you're good.
You can't say the one thing I'm sure about you can't boast that you teach this guy how to dress.
No.
For sure.
I wouldn't take that. Let me see. Let me abrogate if I say that. No, I can't say that at all. You're on your own with that.
Yeah.
And so far you're happening.
You know your boy could handle it.
Yeah, you handle it.
From way back, right?
Yes. You're from way back. It's funny, Just how many years I've known you? I can't stop saying that.
Even before 1984, 84
Yes.
is where the club was formed,
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we used to come in meeting rooms and, plan for organization, mainly football. But I've known you before that still when you were teaching at preschool level.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The Fall Community Center.
That time we used to term it as the old school.
Yeah, the old school, yes,
it's called
yes.
the old school.
Mhm.
So and being around Sotes because I've grown up around Sotes because my granny, I grew up with my granny
Mhm.
in the initial stages, my granduncle wife, and her work she used to clean up the public toilets in Sotes.
Mhm.
And so very early morning she used to drag me along. I used to go to school very, very early in the morning because she had to get early in the
So
morning.
wait. Is that why you have a problem with time now? Because just asking. I'm jumping on everything that you say now.
With the man. What time we talking about? How many times I've looked for that program?
Oh, sir,
No, stop.
please don't
Oh,
let me. So you got 2 minutes to 10. 2 minutes to 10. You arrive here this morning.
Bye.
I heard you coming on with bricks
Okay.
next speed. If somebody was in the road, you taking them out.
Clear. Well, let's go back to all the programs. Am I not on it for the start? On time?
On time.
That is what is critical here.
And time is coming at
Ah,
9:45 and just
stop.
settle down and stuff like that. So your grandma used to take you that early.
Yeah. So I've
That
gone
early.
around Saturday, of course, on a Saturday.
Mhm.
So when I used to use the opportunity to hustle cat, with Gregory
Mm-hmm.
and Specky brother.
Right.
To make your dollar on a Saturday moving around the town. So I know you then growing up with your grandmother in the back street there because when you rolling cats around the town, you know a number of places around the town.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew you then. So I knew you a very, very long time. Yeah.
Only like that. But you know me that long.
And my mom wasn't living too far away.
Oh, your mom was right next door to me then. Yes. And I call her Joan. Says, Claire, what's going on? And so you look at, yeah, Joan was really close to me. So yeah, we have the connection for, oh, by the way, did you do your homework to know that Ebony was mine? Or you forgot?
Ebony?
Ebony Dance Group. You forgot about that, didn't you?
No, well, once you tell me something, I believe in you, Claire. So after all, I thought, yeah, yeah, I believe in you.
Good morning, Nicholas Snag. He's on, Jester.
Good morning to you, Mr. Snag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Jester, let's hit into it. We are in the month of December.
Yeah.
And what happens in the month of December, really and truly?
Well, what happens in the month of December is a lot of people's eyes tend to open up. When I say that, let me explain. Because that's when you find a lot of attractive goodies, whether it's gifts, whatever, household items. So it comes that in fact, most of the time you look in front, the store owners, they tend to take out items from inside the store and put it in on the door
Right.
in front of the store.
Yes.
You understand?
Mhm.
So all the flashes of the light, the goods. So that in itself tells to tempt people of going on spending spree. And that actually happens.
Okay. So yes, we are in the month of December and it's early, but we decide to do this early so that we can get a few people to change their mindset about December and how they are wired to overspend during the holiday seasons. That's what expert says. You are wired to overspend during the holiday season. And here's what to do about it to be mentally balanced. So it's regardless of what we think about it, Jester, and regardless of what we do in our lives on a daily basis, it affects us mentally, whether it's good or bad. And by saying that you are wired, that is not sounding good at all. So it says consumers are wired to think more about the short term instead of long term financial goals, according to a behavioral finance expert. There are ways to check your spending during the holiday season, expert says. The holiday season is a time to give thanks, reflect on the past year, and spend time with family and friends. However, if you're not careful, it can also be a time to overspend on holiday purchases. Now, thinking about it, when we were growing up, Justin, and Christmas was in the air, it wasn't about gift giving or anything of that sort that is taking place now, or you spending a lot of money. Based on what I know, when Christmas is coming along, it's like you clean your house like you never cleaned before.
Yeah.
You bake
Sure.
like no tomorrow. You go down on your knees and you shine that floor with this polish, that wax thing. And when the day comes, it's like you spend time, as it says, spending time with friends and family. We didn't have that big thing about you going out of your way to spend money that you do not have.
I think the spending, the emphasis of the spending used to be more for consumption, like
Right.
for
Food.
having eats and yeah.
Right.
So the cake, the bread, yeah.
The ham,
Yes.
the bacon.
Yeah.
If you couldn't afford ham and your closest one was
Right.
bacon.
The drinks, because that is around the only time you'll get maybe a whole soft drink to drink,
Mm-hmm.
or a
Or
malt.
a piece of cake.
Yes.
Something of that sort.
Yes.
Good morning to you,
Yes.
Haley Douglas. So it says about 83%, and it says Americans, but we involve in every walks of life because we tend to look at American TV or North American TV, and the things that we see there, we kind of go towards it, we grab onto it also. So it says 83% of Americans plan to buy gifts for friends and family this holiday season, according to NerdWallet poll. They are expected to spend an average of $1,014 on Christmas or other holiday gifts in 2024, substantially more than the $923 reported last year, according to a Gallup poll published on October 25th, just a month or 2 months ago.
So you know what that means.
They already
It
said
will,
it.
or it will only continue to increase as time progresses.
Yes.
As the years come ahead.
Yes, it says
Yeah.
roughly 10% of consumers expect to draw from their emergency funds to buy gifts, and 9% will prioritize gifts over household bills, such as utilities and debt payments, according to the NerdWallet survey published on October 8th. It says almost half of shoppers will fund this year's spendings with loans or credit cards, according to a recent survey by professional services firm. Meanwhile, 28% of people are still paying off credit card debt from the 2023 holiday season. Not wallet found. People have an innate impulse to overspend, expert says. They are wired to be consumers, says Brax Crowns, a psychologist, certified financial planner, and behavioral financial expert. Now tell me, everyone has a choice, Jester. And the choice you have is to prioritize what is important to you. Because I cannot see myself buying stuff for Christmas to give other people, and then at the end of the day, Grenlick is going to take me out. 1 hour is going to cut me out. Flo is going to cut me off. Do I prioritize buying gift for other people because of the season, or do I prioritize paying the bills that I have to pay to maintain the services that I have? What do you think?
Well, I think you will want to maintain the services that you have, obviously. And prioritizing means now it filters down to needs and wants. That is obviously that will common sense will tell you. Yeah. So the thing is during the month of December or the end of the month of December, that's when you tend to have a lot of increases in certain like bills and things, like normally what you pay in the months before, you'll find that you tend to have it in December because some people will go, they will get the flashy lights and all these things uses more energy, right? So obviously your bill will increase. That the month of December is when Grand make the most money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of the power light, the flashing lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when it flashes, it even worse because it
pulls a lot of energy. Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. As I said, it has to boil down between want and need.
That's for sure. I know you always say you always say it was wait for December to come and just go about your business.
Yeah.
Because it puts a lot of pressure on you.
To be honest, Christmas is not a time that I too I like certain parts of it, and I do respect. You see, people observe Christmas in different ways, and they have their own enjoyment, how they get it. So for example, some church lovers, is around the time Christ was born, so they reverence, and that to them that make them their Christmas on top of the world. Whereas there are some others, they look forward for the fetes and the partying, and that who some of them look forward to. But the thing with me, the experience I usually have around Christmas is what make me sometimes do not like Christmas. I can tell you for a fact, coming around close to Christmas, that is when you're not getting a very good piece of food to eat in your house. I'm telling you.
Okay, why?
Because some of the housewives, right? And not just me, a lot of men, and I hear them talk already as well too. They want to do
65 days?
364 days of work in one day.
Okay.
You understand? They actually try to kill themselves,
Mm.
And coming around that time, coming around Christmas is when they put themselves under pressure, and not just them, but so for me as an example as a skillman, they may have something to do, and they probably could have done it
In May?
in exactly May, June, July, August. But
Mm.
here what? Around coming around the time, they have a concept for the Christmas. And everybody just, bottleneck this whole thing of trying to achieve something around the Christmas. And a lot of pressure does be exerted, not just on them trying to achieve, but who have to help them achieve.
I got you. I have nothing to say because
No,
yeah,
but
I
these
understand
are
totally
facts.
what you're saying. Because, like I said, around the Christmas holidays growing up, we had to take down all the old postcards, take down all the glasses inside the thing that they call the safe for when strangers come and all this kind of thing. So at time I get bad and I start to break one every time. I'm not doing that at my birthday one. And my grandmother, you're not touching anything again. She's not going to let me touch because it makes me feel it's work. A lot of work. They're waiting. Like, okay, if I'm staying in my house here, Justin, and I'm always cleaning. Tell me what I'm gonna look for December 15th to
Exactly.
the whatever.
Exactly.
What am I looking for? Because
No.
if you are a person that cleans your house all the time, you will see things that need to be done during those months. Get rid of it. Like I said, I'm a minimalist. I always tell you I'm a minimalist. I only use the thing that I need. Everything else is bye-bye. It's going out. I don't want no clutter nowhere whatsoever. So for when the so-called Christmas holiday come and make myself a lunatic. No.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself on.
No, next person who does that or have the same kind of philosophy like you, and who I admire for that is our own Dudu just around the corner there. Lucille Swan.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I listened to her talk already. She said this kind of thing when January come here, people crying out and they don't have no money. Lucille is very smart when it comes
No, that's
in that
frugal.
regard. I can tell you that for sure.
Yes, yes. So let's continue. It says for 99% of our time on earth, thinking about long-term future hasn't served us very well, says Clones, who is a member of the CNBC Financial Advisor Council. He says meeting immediate needs was what it was all about. So 56% of Americans says parents never discuss money with them. The short-term gratification of giving gifts to loved ones can eclipse the long-term focus that needed to be good with money, Clun said. That's why many people fall short, he says. We can overspend because our long-term goals are much more abstract, and it actually requires us to do extra levels of cognitive processing to delay instant gratification, he says. Additionally, consumers may feel the social pressure to spend more than they might like because they don't want to appear cheap, says Andrew Warwick, a consumer finance expert. Many companies also promote deals on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, for example, that can create a buying frenzy, she says. And this is true. Black Friday in the US, like Thanksgiving weekend, this is the biggest weekend to shop in the United States. Black Friday.
Because
Canada
a lot of
sells
discounted
yes, item, or they think is discounted.
that
That people they think is discounted
Yeah,
because let me
because
tell
they
you,
mark up high.
when a store owner or business buys something, they charge 400% on it.
Okay.
So you come and you buy it and you pay your 400%. When the time comes and they say, okay, we need to get rid of that, they drop it down to the original price.
That they should have been selling for, or they could have been selling it for.
So we are not getting any deals.
Yeah.
And again, for the people that use this credit card, if you have a credit card and you're going to buy something, which we're going to come to, make sure you have the money to pay it off. Even though you buy this stuff on sale, by the time you finish paying it off, the interest alone is no longer sale. This is how you have to think. And you know, if you just tell me a cheap, just call me frugal. I'm not cheap in any way or form. I process my things and know what it is that I can spend and what I'm comfortable with. And
Yeah.
if I am going to take my credit card gesture and buy something, I have to know that at the end of the month, I have to clear that debt on my credit card because I can't sleep.
But there are one or two people that goes about it smartly. And for example, I will identify my good friend Erica. You know Erica, she run that little business.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Erica loves Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
right? She loves to see her house look good. She'll go and buy all the carpets, whatever, the
Mm-hmm.
curtains. She just loves around that time to do these things, having a. But guess how she goes about doing it? And that's a good way to do it. She usually be in a susu,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And she sets aside her susu to deal with that. So,
Okay.
you know, that is particularly geared towards that. And that is a nice way. If you really
Into
like and
Christmas.
follow it,
Mhm.
that is a nice way of how you handle it. So,
I understand. Everybody joins
Yeah.
Susu for different reasons. I join Susu
Yeah.
to do different things, and I mean, it has helped me a whole lot throughout my whole life when I'm doing Susu. But I'll tell you one thing: I would never join Susu to do Christmas.
That's you.
That's me.
For those who
Yeah,
like
so
it.
that's
But
know,
you
to
see, the
each its
point I'm
own.
making
Yeah,
clear is that
she's
when you're doing
frugal.
like that, you have more control on your
Yes,
finances.
yes.
Yeah, because you budget for that in such a way that it don't affect you. And later on you think, well, why did I do that? You know, because I wasn't in a position to do that. When doing it that way that she does,
Mm-hmm.
she's on point.
Yes. And that's the thing, we have to learn to have control of the things we around us and ourselves. Because if we lose the control that we have, chances are we end up in deep doggy doo you know.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So it says here, how to avoid overspending during the holidays. There are various ways for consumers to keep their holiday tabs within a reasonable range, expert says. Here are some tips. One, develop a spending plan now around how much to allocate towards the holiday season if it's not too late, as you said about Eric.
Yeah.
Even over Black Friday weekend, consumers can use a gift list tracking app such as Santa Bag to track purchases and actual spending, research shows. Think beyond gifts. There are many other potential seasonal expenses, including groceries to fill out of town guests or for holiday feast, holiday party attire, family photo, greeting cards and postage, seasonal outings, dinners with friends, fundraising events at your kids' school, and donation drives. You may need to cut back on certain costs or spending less on gifts to accommodate these things, she said. That is one. So when you look at all the things that they say that happens in December around the Christmas holidays, all of these things takes money.
Yeah, because Christmas has become very much commercialized, you know, Chris.
So
Unlike how it used to be many years ago. That's the whole thing.
I remember we never had a Christmas tree, and you know they had the willow tree along the
Yes,
Catholic
yes,
school. You used to go and take a branch and stick it in a bucket of sand and put your little thing on it, your two balloons and
Yeah.
something. That's what our Christmas tree was. We didn't know about Santa Claus because we're not in the winter. Santa living in North Pole, we're not North Pole in here. It was hot as heck. So we didn't know anything about Santa Claus and this kind of thing. But you did it the way you grew up and how you know it. And as you said, it has become very, very commercialized because everybody's out to get everything and whatever it is that they see and they think they want, they're going to get it, whether they have the money or not. So it says here, set gift expectations with family and friends now. This means focusing on kids only or setting up a secret Santa exchange so you're only responsible for one gift rather than many. Instead of a physical gift, perhaps find an activity to do together instead, or set a gift budget suggesting a low amount this year. Tap into free rewards to offset gift costs. For example, she recommends signing up for free retail loyalty programs to earn money back to use towards other gift purchases. Shopping through cashback portals such as couponcabin.com or Rakuten for online purchases, and downloading a browser extension such as Fetch to earn rewards or free gift cards. Take time to reflect on your long-term goals that really matter to you. This can help rein in the impulse to make short-term purchases. So, this says baby boomers are more likely to say having a financial plan is not necessary because right now everybody's living the right here, right now, instant gratification. I want something, whether I have the money or not, I am going to get it. Plastic and charge it. But first, the funny thing that you do not remember, Jester, when you charge it, you got to pay it.
Yeah.
You got to pay it when you charge it. So we have to be very, very careful as to how we use the plastic that the American Express gives to us. Capital One, Visa, MasterCard, the whole lot of them. They're not in it to lose.
So how this credit card thing is very. Is there an interest?
Do you have a credit card?
No. I don't operate a credit
You
card.
should get one, but just no. I am telling you, you should get one. It's good for
Yeah.
building credit.
Yeah.
So credit card works like this. I have a Visa for a million years now. Since I'm in Canada for the 30-something years, and I've got one credit card and I've got a debit card. It works this way. The shirt that you're wearing, if I see it and I want to purchase it for you, I buy it with my credit card.
Don't tell people that.
Not
Buy none.
people, this is not a true statement. It's rhetorical. I buy that shirt for you, and I use my credit card to pay. Say it is, I pay $60 for the shirt that you're wearing. When at the end of the month, Visa is going to send me the bill and say you owe $60, but there is a charge. You can pay it by installment, $10 per month. So if the shirt costs $60, so $10 a month, and it takes me 6 months to pay for it, 10 by that time is what? The interest on there.
Then
I might take
6 months?
Yeah, I might take 6 months to pay.
60?
6 months. Well, no, they give me 10 months to pay for the shirt, right? But if $10 is the minimum.
Mommy,
$10
when are we going shopping? School.
$10 is the minimum that I can pay. But there are some of us that keep paying that minimum because we really and truly don't have it. So when you miss that first payment of the $10, interest goes on that. You miss the second payment, it comes to $20, you don't pay, interest go on that too. And the interest keep climbing. By the time you're ready, by the time you're ready to pay that thing, that shirt is more than $60. I might be paying $160.
Yeah.
So
I get your point. I think many people they get your point.
and again, when they give you that $10 a month to pay for the shirt that you owe the $60 for, always try to pay more. Because the more you pay, the less interest that is accumulated on your card.
Okay.
And and there's a trick to it too. They realize that you cannot pay for it and your interest keep going up. They will actually give you more money on your credit card. So that's why they call you hook, line, and sinker.
Okay.
So me personally, do not pay any interest to any credit card company. Like I said,
you have to have a discipline if you
what is my thing? Discipline and determination?
You have to have a discipline
You
or
have to
else
be
you can
disciplined.
find yourself in a serious.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
And they encourages you to
Yes.
yourself.
So that when they encourage you, say, oh, they give me more money, then I can spend, I can buy more things. So if you do not have the money to pay for something right here, right now, and it's not something that you need for life saving, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Save your $10 in a bottle until you can buy. You may not get a shirt that you like. You may even get one better later on down the road. This is how credit card works. And if you don't pay, then the bank will call you. They'll call and tell you, well, Miss Joseph, you had that and you didn't pay for this amount of months. We need to give you a payment plan to pay it off. And that's the thing, Jester.
So you start losing credibility there at one time.
And we have to learn to know when to say no to things. Not everything out there that you see the Jones have, you have to go get it too, because you don't know how the Jones is paying for it. You have to be careful and disciplined when it comes to that. And as it says, you don't have to get gifts to spend the holiday season, family time together. This is important. And I remember Nicola said a long time ago, when you go to that, think about the elderly folks that is sitting at home with no one to look after them. You can That a gift you can give them in itself. Go spend time with them, find out how they're doing. You can cook a meal and bring for them in all that. So instead of buying all the gifts that you get for people that you don't like you, that you do not like, just to impress them. And at the end of it all, you are the end of one ending up holding the short end of this.
Yeah. Yes,
So
you're making so much sense with that, man. This advice, these people and them out there. What you all cannot pay for this.
So the number to call here is 401-473-404-1189. We need to get your feedback on this. So this is December, and December, January, February, that have the highest rate of suicide in the world. People are doing it already as it is, and the pressure that is on December to get things, so to give people, they're putting themselves under pressure. This makes it even worse because they do not have the money to do it. So we're going to take a quick break, Jester, and we'll be back in a flash because it is kind of getting hot here, real hot. As they say, 96 degrees in the shade. So let's do this. And where is my thing not playing? Now? Go ahead. So yes, so this is what it is. And my thing is not playing right now, just don't know why.
Right.
My ad stuck.
So when you want it to play,
I guess when I don't want it to play, it plays, and when I want it to play, it doesn't play. That is very strange. So I think we got to continue a bit because the ad is not coming on as it should. So let's see what we can do here. We'll click this. We got to click this and let's see if it's going to play now. I think our computer froze. This is technology at its best, Every week something happens that makes us wonder, when you don't want it to play, just say this. I mean, you have to restart it. So let's continue because, but I need to just go ahead because when the ad ready is to come on, it will come on. So let me just, think about what it is that we're going to be talking about next. Is the 4 signs that you're overspending on the holidays and how to stop it before it is too late.
4 signs you're overspending on the holidays and how to stop before it's too late. Oh my goodness gracious me, that yeah, so what a lovely day it is though. Oh, are we having a call?
Yes, Mrs. Snag is calling us. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire.
How are you?
Jester.
Good morning to you, Mr. Snag.
Jester, would you stop doing that?
Oh,
Thank you.
I will. The voice is so unique.
Just say good morning and leave it there.
That's all right. I will.
All right. How are you guys doing this morning? Everybody's well?
We're doing good, thank you.
Excellent. Glad to hear that. Jester, I heard you said something about you don't really enjoy this time of the year. Am I correct?
Yeah, certain times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm serious about that. Yeah. I'm dead
Jester?
serious.
Me and you is in the same car on the same road in the same lane going in the same direction.
I believe you. I know you're honest like that, B. I know I believe you on that.
Listen, I used to enjoy Christmas. When I enjoyed Christmas, I was with my great grandmother at the time, and there was a time when because you had that red polish and you had to polish the floor, the mahogany wood floor, and you had the big thick woolen sock that you just slide in across the floor and you're having fun.
Yes.
That was fun. And that smell of that polish through the room to me says Christmas. And paint.
Yeah.
I was only like, 9, 10 years old, so I was dabbing everything with paint. Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted the room paint, and to me, it's just fun. You have this thing, and you just having a blast. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That to me was Christmas. Yeah, and then all the festivities with the family coming around and everything else like that. To me, that was Christmas. When I migrated to Canada, Christmas became something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean to say it was my mother and two other sisters. We just us alone in the house. It was not the best. She was struggling to keep the roof, the heat, the car running, and all the stuff. So there wasn't this big celebration, I think. But yet still, it was fun because we were all together. We would cook and we would sit and eat and talk and stuff. There was not much big gifts and stuff were going around. Um, I remember my biggest gift was a pair of roller skates that I always wanted to go and roller skate to.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my own roller. I didn't have to go rent a roller skate with how many feet been in it for the day. You can well imagine. So when I get that, that to me was Christmas. But then I got to have my own family and start doing all of these things and buying this for cousin and auntie and grandma and all that stuff. And like one day I just sat down and I said, why are we doing this? You understand? Why are we doing this?
Yes.
Is it necessary to do this? Really? And the nail in the coffin was my son started to socialize with other children, and one of them told him Santa Claus was not real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he came home and he's like, looking at me like, Dad, so and so says Santa Claus is not real. I says, okay, what exactly did he say? He says, well, it's your parents that put the presents on the tree and say it's from Santa Claus.
True.
And I was like, okay. So he's looking me straight in the eye and said, is that true? Do you do that? Mom, did you do that? And I had to confess to him, yes, that's what we do. Then for after that, I stopped doing it. Completely stopped doing it.
Yeah.
We stopped buying all the big Christmas presents. Your birthday, we'll celebrate your birthday and everything else besides Christmas. Yeah?
Yeah.
We did all the other things that went along with it. We got together, we would have a good meal, we would sit and have a conversation, we would play games and stuff like that. As the kids were, we would go outside play in the snow if there was snow and things like that. That's what we did. And that changed Christmas for me completely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a really bad year and everything went south. My father-in-law at the time was sick and everything else, and it's just a real thing. And then it starts to me and says, this thing really and truly took a toll on me. And I says, you know what? I'm stopped doing this Christmas. And I stopped it altogether.
But we don't continue, right? You made mention earlier about the paint on the floor, and but that was growing up with your great grandmother, as you stated. And back then, these people used to concentrate on if the painting inside the house clear. And you know what? The reason for them doing that, they believe it was preparation for the arrival of the Almighty
Correct.
coming in,
Correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
Mhm.
coming in. So that was the sort of thing. It not
Exactly.
necessarily, yeah, there was more,
Yes.
and it was more of a religious sort of thing,
Mhm.
right? As compared to today, it's totally different.
Okay.
Yes.
So then,
That's exactly it. No, clear.
yes,
We're
sir.
talking about the financial, hello,
Yes,
the
go ahead.
financial impact,
Mm-hmm.
the financial impact of Christmas. Yeah?
Yeah.
Claire,
Yeah.
you made a statement about the credit card. You have to know how to use the credit card to your advantage.
Correct.
And Claire, you need a quick discipline. You must be disciplined
Mm-hmm.
with it. Now, if you know what your billing cycle is, it's usually about 28 days.
Yes.
You can use their money for 28 days for absolutely no interest, free.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be disciplined about it. So you know if your billing cycle starts on the 5th, 28 days later, you have to make a payment. So if you get paid at the end of the month, you keep your money in the bank and you use the money. You make whatever purchases you have. But come the 25th, 26th, 27th, before the 28th pay,
Yes.
make sure you put their money
In the
and
account.
pay them
Yes.
and pay their account in
Mm-hmm.
full. You paid no
Yes.
interest, yet still you had the use of their money for that 28 days.
Exactly.
Okay.
And another thing, I just heard on the news last night that they're now starting a credit bureau in Grenada to
Oh yeah.
report people abusing credit cards, financial places where they're taking loans and all that stuff and they're
Mm.
making payments. So that's also going to affect what interest rate you get on your credit card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So
I heard
we
that on the
need to
news too.
become a little
Yeah,
bit more financial savvy in
Mm-hmm.
what we're
yeah.
doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I said, credit card has its advantages. You have to learn how to use it and use it to your advantage, not to
Exactly.
them.
Exactly.
You know, that brings me back to the what we had in the community center when
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Devan
Yes.
Charles speak about the 6 P's, and
Mm.
clear it means
Yes. Yes.
proper prior planning prevents poor performance. I never forget that.
No, 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 no. You're absolutely right. And like you say, the people just with your trade, everybody want to kill you on the 28th, the 21st, the 23rd, the 24th.
Yes.
They like just that. And when they see you, they're fussing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The things that they wanted to get done, you could have done it in January, February, March, April, May, June, any one of those days. You could,
exactly.
yeah,
That's for sure.
right. And that's when everybody increases their prices.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I call Christmas right now the silly season because everybody gets silly.
See,
Yes. Yes.
Merchants
Yes.
get silly. The consumers get silly. Could you imagine you're a merchant? You have stuff in your closet since 2000 and you bring it out and you put it on your wares and everybody rush and buy.
Yes.
Really?
and guess what, right? If your spouse or your wife or whoever does not share the same kind of sentiments that you are sharing there. A lot of the time, that when you find a lot of husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend having a lot of tie-up.
Yes. Yes. The concept of what Christmas is totally different from you. And you just want something simple. Size. Just conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they really want to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Anyway, guys.
whenever you
Thank
call
you.
again, because there's more coming up that you will talk to us about. I know that for a fact. So you better call back and don't let me have to come get you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much.
Have a great show.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Bye.
it's not easy.
Well,
You
we gotta go get
demanding that.
Of course. I could demand from a few people, and I think my demands are very subtle. I don't know going out and telling him, yeah, you do that. He knows he know who I am and what I'm talking about. Yes, so the valid point that you make again, we have to talk about that credit card thing, Jester. It is not something that you don't pay for. I remember when I was working at the custom brokerage, and there's a girl that came in as a temporary worker. And the Bay had sale. That's a big store, a big retail store in Toronto, walk the street. And she says, oh, I'm going to the Bay, they have sale. So I'm like, do you have money to go with it? She said, oh, no, I have my card. I'm just going to charge it. So I used to call her charge it. Because everything she's going to charge. And I said to her, do you know at the end of the month, you have to pay this? Oh, I could just pay some. I just smiled. Because I know paying some is making you go deeper in debt. As Nicholas says, you have to pay it off. As the month comes, just pay them. The credit card that I have, I get cash back on it. So every time I make a purchase for something, I get a percentage back on my credit card. And the reason that happens is because I'm paying $99 a year for my credit card because of all the perks that it has on it. Like if I buy a ticket and I cancel it, I don't have to pay. Or if I travel, I have insurance on it. And so I pay that amount of money. But you know what I do? When I get the cash back, right now I have about 60 something dollars on it. I'm using that money to pay the credit card back. The credit card is $99 at the end of the year. If it doesn't reach $99, then I may just have to put $20 from my money today. So even that I'm smart about because I don't want to take my money, my hard-earned money, and pay credit card that when I'm getting the cash back and I don't really need the money at the time, I leave it there, they accumulate to whatever it is, and then they take it back at the end of the year too. So again, and another thing, when you use your credit card and you don't pay on it, if you have to go rent a car, or you may want to purchase a car or a home or anything big that you may want to purchase, and your credit card is in that way, the people like Equifax and all that, they monitor your credit rating, you're not going to get it. A lot of people don't understand the value of having a credit card and paying it off as soon as the month ends. And even though your credit card is $1,000, like when we were doing this and I had to get all this equipment, I was on that dress. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to pay off my credit card before I go home and everything like that. And I went into my savings because I know where I was going to get it, and I take it and I just pay it off. So when I get the money that I needed, I just put it back in my savings. And this is the only time I would go into my savings and take out money to do something if I know my credit card is going to be hitting interest. And I hate having to pay them a cent more than I need to. So I cleared it off, and that's it. So these things about people having a credit card and no charge, and it's plastic, and it is plastic, but it's expensive plastic. It is very expensive to own that plastic. So now we're going to the 4 signs you're overspending on the holidays and how to stop it before it's too late. It is easy to break your budget and spend a lot of money, especially around the holidays. Beyond the gift purchasing, there are travel expenses, festive meals, and decorations for your home, office, and car. According to a Market Watch Guide survey, 27% of consumers expect to take on holiday debt this year, and 12% are still paying off overdue balances from 2023. It can all add up quickly without you even realizing it is happening. For those who are worried about draining accounts or maxing out credit cards this season, there are some red flags to look for. So let's take the commercial break that we were taking before Jester. And when we come back, we could tell you the things that you could do to not having to pay this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are you looking for a store where you can find almost anything? Well, look no further. Right here on Main Street Hotels in St. Patrick, Little England has it all, or almost all. They have everything 220. TVs from 32 to 75 inches, refrigerators, cookers, air fryers, electronics, toiletries, baby stuff, and even stuff for your pets. Come in for a visit and you're sure to find something. Call us at 473-421-8008. That number again, 473-421-8008.
Who needs $200,000 raw cash for Christmas?
Mommy, when we going shopping? School on Monday and all the snacks done. Baby, worry not. It have the perfect spot right here in Sotes for all our shopping needs. We shopping smart with Smart Buy. Located on Main Street Hotels in St. Patrick, they cater for all our grocery needs. From laundry detergents, frozen meats, hygienic supplies, up to snack items, they've got it covered. All at reasonable prices. For more information, call Smart Buy today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. They're open Monday to Saturday for all your shopping needs. We shopping smart with Smart Buy.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418-1845. Sugar's Repair Services, located at Lower Marley, St. Patrick.
Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
And we are back, Jester. So,
Welcome back.
yes. So we are going to talk about the thing that we could do before we spend too much. So buy now, pay later thinking. That is something that it says the first sign that you're overspending this holiday season is having a buy now, pay later mindset when making purchases. This could be a reliance on credit cards or buy now, pay later loans, according to Lindsay Cosimer, financial expert at Market Watch Guides. If you don't have cash on hand or have no intention to pay off your full credit card balance after December, pace yourself and set a reasonable budget, she says. And that is something that Mr. Snag spoke about. If you don't have the money to do it right at the end of the 28 days, then pace yourself. Every month or every 2 weeks when you get paid, you put $20 here. You in an envelope or in a bottle or something. Let's call it save for the rainy days. That rainy days is in the bottle. You put it there. And when the time comes, you will have the money to buy what it is. Instead of going into your debt, because it says Americans are paying off from 2023 debt still, and they're heading into 2024. So that cannot be something that is okay if you want to make it. It says impulse buying. Impulse buying is another key sign that you're overspending. Impulse purchases often occur when you go off plan and make sudden off-track purchases, says Rob Griffin, Senior Director of Public Education and Advocacy at Experian. If you do this often or at too high a cost, you can quickly overspend and rack up debts. Impulse buying is common around the holidays due to all the sale signs going on, which can pressure shoppers. During the holidays, you may have Black Friday specials and are bombarded with sale flyers and social media ads trying to get you to buy, said Cynthia Campos Delgado, a financial advisor and founder of Campus Wealth Management. The flash sales with limited hours to buy pressure you to believe if you don't buy now, you will miss out. Don't fall for these gimmicks because this is not the only time there will be sales. And that is so true. Even after Christmas, you get a biggest sale after Christmas, which they call the Boxing Day sale. Because all the things that they had on sale in December or on Christmas Eve and so, after Christmas, they don't want to keep it there for the next season. So they have that huge sale again. And then there are a lot of people that buy stuff Boxing Day for the next year Christmas holidays.
Doing a lot of things traditional is very good and very effective. Yeah. Even like with me today, if let's say I have to go pick up a few items in the supermarket or such, I might know it off my head. I probably won't get it off my head. But you know what? I like to list.
That's
so
right.
Usually in the home, so our listeners and viewers out there, we're trying to help your situation that you don't find yourself in such. So in the home, before you go to the supermarket, you probably will look around and you see what is needed. So you list what is needed. So when you get there, you're supposed to be going around with your list because you know that is what is needed leaving from home.
Yes.
So anything that you see outside of what is on your list, then you know that at that particular point in time wasn't needed. So there is no need to stretch your hand after it. And if you maintain that sort of practice, then that will help you to stay off finding yourself.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I make a list before I go to the grocery store. I open the cupboard doors and see what's missing, and I make a list. And I stick to my list when I go to the grocery store. And as a matter of fact, when I know the aisles where the things that I need are, I just go through those aisles. I don't pass through the other and browse, because when you browse is when you see things that you really actually don't need, and you pick them up. So I just go through the aisle that I know that this is where what I want is. I go there and get it. I do not like grocery shopping. I don't like shopping at all.
Okay.
But I go because I have to eat. So that's why I go to the grocery store. People will take their carts. My friend Sonia.
You cannot shop with ladies.
Oh, I tell you, my friend Sonia, I cannot shop with her. She don't want anybody to shop because people show every aisle. I said, no. I just know where things is and I just go pick it up and I out of there.
Ladies, I'll drive you go. You get your thing. When you're finished, call me. Come and pick you up. And what's going on? Because the way usually or most ladies, the way they shop, now I can't put up with it. I have to go around there and you have to walk from there to there and no, sir. Not usually. Men don't operate like that usually.
Not all men. Some men love grocery shopping. And it brings some sort of calm to them. They love going grocery shopping.
And more generally speaking, speaking, most of the time, men do know what they want. They go, they pick it up, and they and get out.
Okay.
Unlike ladies who tend to here, there, and everywhere. Usually, generally speaking, that's what it is.
And like I said, I don't like grocery shopping. I don't like shopping at all. So I just know what I want. I go get it and I pay for it and I'm out of there. So it says here, using credit cards for everything. And I'm saying again, using credit cards for everything. Be wary of using credit cards for every purchase, as this could mean you're in overspending territory. You must recognize racking up credit card debt is taking a step backwards, Delgado explained. She advised going back to the basics and determine whether you have the cash to pay for each gift. Somebody just said, Chance the Game says, yes, Jester, you're right. You know, like when I'm shopping, ladies, I'm going to give it to you. You're the Chance the Game. Yes. So, credit card. It is like Snack said, it could be working for you or it could work against you. And some people, if they want to buy a Coke gesture, you see they pull out that credit card and they pay for it. I'm like, you pay for credit card for Coke with a credit card? I question it myself and I'm like, you don't even have $1.25.
That don't make any sense.
No, not at all. You see, and that's the thing, that is the danger of us with plastic when we do not have the discipline. You have to be totally disciplined when you have a credit card. I said when my daughter was starting college, the credit card companies go around the schools and offer the students credit card. And she called and she said, Mom, they're giving credit cards at the school. Should I get on? I was fussing, no.
I know that no point there.
I'm like, I said, do you have money to pay for it when you buy the thing? Then I said, okay, when you come home, we're going to discuss it. So she came home and I said to her, I said, listen, I know I was just upfront and tell you no, but when I thought about it, you could get a credit card. I said, but let me tell you this. If you get a credit card, anything you buy at the end of the month, make sure you have the money to pay for it right there and then. Otherwise, do not touch it. She said, but why? I said, and I explained to her what I explained to you.
Yeah.
So she says, okay. And let me tell you, right now, she's worse than her mama when it comes to the credit card thing. Because I don't want to see them wasting the money on things when they shouldn't. If you're disciplined enough, you don't buy things that you know you can't afford to pay off at the end of the month. If I buy a ticket to fly out of here, I make sure that I have the money to pay for that ticket. As I always say, have your passport ready and a plane ticket, always emergency plane ticket, so that when you're ready to decide that you want to blow the joint, you could just go. Always, because at the end of the day, if I pay $200 for a ticket and to fly with Air Canada or JetBlue back to Canada, and I do not pay off for it, by the time I'm finished, I'm paying like $2,000 for that ticket that I could have paid off. So make sure you know how to pay for yourself before you buy it.
Yeah, I think we need to have a lot of this workshop, like what took place in the community center on financial literacy. Yeah, I think we need to have a lot more of these sort of sessions.
I totally agree with you, Olavachi. I don't think credit card should be used for grocery shopping. And a lot of people use it because, again, it has its good and its bad. If you want to rack up credits or cash back, you can use your credit card to pay for the groceries, but make sure as soon as you leave the grocery store, you put that money back into your account. Sometimes I have money in my wallet, cash, and then I think, I have to pay for my credit card at the end of the year. I'll use that money and I use the credit card and pay for it. But as soon as I go, I just go and I deposit it from my checking account straight back to the credit card, so I don't owe them anything. So then I get the cash back. You can do you have to be smart about this thing. But there are people that do not have cash and the credit is rating is bad, and they continue to use the credit cards to pay for this, and this is wrong. And when it comes to the holidays, they rack up more on top of it, and this is what put us under so much pressure, Jester. Come January, February, March, when we look around and we still have our power bill to pay, we still have water to pay, we still have to do groceries, and on top of that bill that we accumulate in December.
But Claire, what I believe is happening, a lot of people who have credit card, they don't understand certain things of how the usage rate to not to find themselves under immense pressure. And I think a lot of more education need to be in that light. So they have a full understanding, just as how you and Mr. Snag have a clear understanding as to how to deal with it. I really believe that is happening.
But you know what the problem is, Jester? You want me to tell you?
What?
We do not read.
That may be
We
so.
do not read.
They say if
When
you want to hide something from somebody, put it in black and white.
we do not read. When you get the credit card from the bank that send it to you, they send it via mail. There's a pamphlet inside of that envelope that comes with your credit card that is attached to. That tells you how you could use your credit card, what it's used for, what you can do with it, when to pay and everything. We do not read. And that is our downfall. Because you say this about the fine print, if you have to take a magnifying glass, read that fine print, that's where your secret lies. And unless we don't get to read things, we'll always end up in the situation that we end up with. I told you I read because I love to read.
Yeah,
When
but
things come to me, I read.
on a whole, as I say, I am convinced that a lot of financial literacy and workshops should be taking place.
I didn't go to no workshop.
Well, I mean,
Mr. Stan didn't go to no
everybody
workshop.
is not as fortunate
Read,
as you
read. No, read.
Yeah.
Read the things
Yeah.
that is sent to you.
But yeah, but Claire, we are people of different levels, and when somebody is there to explain it to them, they tend to grasp it better.
I totally understand. I totally understand that sometimes some of us are audio oriented, some of us are hands-on. But my thing is, you would not go get a credit card, or the bank would not give you a credit card if you do not understand what the consequences are of the credit card. Unless they have credit cards that the bank give you for people that have bad debts, and so they give you only a cash credit card or something like that. You could only use it to take out cash and just in your account and just pay and just use it for things, nothing else. You cannot owe anybody. I think they call it a cash credit card. Mr. Snack, help me out if that's the name. I can't remember exactly. But that credit card, it has for people with bad debts. Just as how people say that when you walk in and you ask the credit card company you ask your company to take out money from your account and it goes straight into your saving account or at the end of the month or the end of 10 days. They said it's for people that cannot save. I don't believe that is true. I could save money and I know I could save money, but I did it so that I have more spending power when the time comes from me later on in my life when I retire. So I say to my workplace, take that amount of money every month from my paycheck and put it then it goes straight to the bank in something that I have it there. At the end of the month, I don't see it. I don't know where it goes, and I have to make do with what I have in front of me. This is called discipline. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I want my money when I walk. You can't tell me what to do with my money. You're using the money for your benefit later on, not the right here, not instant gratification. And if this is the only way you can save, because the good thing about it, you cannot go to the bank machine and use your card and remove that money from it because it's nowhere there. It is secured for someone. And this is a good way.
That's a good way.
Yes.
A good way.
Mr. Snack said it's a debit card, a spending debit card that they give you to go to the bank, you have $20 and you want to buy something for 10, you pull out $10 and you go pay for it, and that's it. You only have $10 left in the bank.
When I was in Montclair, I used to have a piggy bank. And that really had helped me after Ivan, Guess how my piggy bank is? It's fixed. It's not like those you could pick up and then you could bet it out that $2 could cover it. It's fixed. When anything go wrong inside it, if you have to get it, you have the pain, headache, you have to go through you have to mash up.
Yes.
A brush set.
Listen, I had a box. I had somebody build me a box with just it nailed right around. And I used to put loonies and toonies and quarters in it. And I couldn't shake it out when I could see the money because they did a glass bottom. So I had to peep under it to see how heavy it is, But when I was coming here, I broke that box. I had over $1,000 something in it by loonies and toonies and so. So it's petty pans are also a good way to save because sometimes we have change and we just throw it all over the place. We got a call coming through. Good morning again. I knew you had to call.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, you did tell me to call.
Yes.
Now, we kind of segued it into how to save to do what you want to do at Christmas time. So Here's one trick that I does use. If you get paid monthly, because that's when your money is coming, you get 12 envelopes. You go to Brighton Manners or you use 12 grand like envelopes that I send you one every month. You take the bill out of it and you keep the envelopes. And every month you program yourself, you take the $100 and you put it in the envelope and you put it in a drawer, your sock drawer or whatever, and you put it there. Every month you do it. So you have envelope one and you just number it 1 to 12. Every month you take the money, you put it in the envelope and you put it in the corner and you forget about it. Come November the 31st, you pull all the envelopes out. If you have extras after the end of the month, you can put it in there too. And you count up all those envelopes. The minimum you should have is $1,200, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
You might be more if you put more in an envelope for 1 month because you had a really good month, you had some extra money, and you just put it in the envelope and you have it there. Come Christmas time, you can splurge on yourself. You don't have to go into credit. You don't have to go and take listen, it's a trap. It's a big orchestrated trap.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Think about it for a minute. You hear in all these financial institutions. I'm not going to call names. Protect me. Protect me. I'm not going to call names.
Right.
Yeah.
$50,000 unsecured. This, that. that. You go and take that $50,000. What is the interest rate on that $50,000?
Exactly.
For how long? 4, 5, 6 years. The gratification you get in the next couple of days is gone.
Yep.
5 years down the road, you're still paying for this $50,000. At what interest rate? By the time you pay it back, you pay them $100,000.
Yes.
Think about that for a moment.
Yeah, and check on the time they don't.
The money that you spent, you're now giving them back.
Check on the time they want to. They are giving this. They know it's a time when people go on a free spree spend.
People are
You understand what I'm saying?
people.
Yeah, silly.
Silly people, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They turn
Yes.
silly. They're not thinking straight. Everybody's gone silly, like on loopy for a few days. And the few days turns into a years of pain because now you're struggling to make that payment every month. Yeah?
Yes.
And even if that payment is only $200 and something, think about it for yourself. If I can pay them $200 and something a month, why could I not pay myself $200 and something?
Exactly.
Yeah? Think about it. And I learned this little financial trick again. I'm sharing it with you. Pay yourself first.
10% or more.
Pay.
Yes.
You only worth 10%? Is that what you were?
No. I said this. They said start with 10%. I said and more. I used to pay myself way more than 10%.
Thank you very much.
Way more.
I'm worth more than that.
Yes.
Imagine that you just you going like the communication bill, the water bill, your rent, your mortgage, whatever that after your insurance payment, all of those things are sitting in front of you. And you're paying them first. What about you? You the one that did all the hard work? You the one that was up late at night. You the one you're pulling wires all over the place. You're lifting heavy transformers to put it in place. You're scratching your head how to make this thing work because they want this fixture to be in this corner and you're stretching on a ladder someplace, sometimes almost breaking your neck. And you're not paying yourself first. Something is wrong with that picture. Seriously wrong with the picture. Same, but you don't have to make anything elaborate. The same envelope. You're getting paid weekly, monthly, whatever it is. You take your pay out, put it in the envelope, and put it away. That is your pay. Yeah? Others will get paid, but make sure you pay yourself first. Yeah? It's very critical for you to do that. And then when you then you go back and you look at it at the end of the year and says, okay, I've paid myself. Oh boy, I have $2,000, $3,000. What are you going to do with that $3,000, $2,000? Don't go on no spending spree. You work for that money.
Exactly.
Well, I guess that's why you put it away in the first place.
Invest it in something. You see a piece of land down the road. Oh, Mr. Thomas down the road, you have land selling. You go, how much is that square foot? You talk to him there, right? You have a down payment, may buy the land. You understand?
Exactly.
These are the type of things you need to do. You have money now set away for emergency. You need to have some medical things done. You need to get something for your car or something in the house is broken. The money is there. You go and you get it and you use it and it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to pay back more money buddies. Yeah, and the other one is those, what they call them, payday loan
Payday loan, oh,
places.
that's a killer. That is a killer.
23%
Mm-hmm.
you're paying
Mm-hmm.
on
$500.
$600,
Yeah.
$700.
Wow, that's high.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not going to call name again because I'm protecting me.
Yes.
Some of the other higher purchase, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those interest rates. They're 20-something%.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
very high.
20-something%. You know, that's 2% a month you're paying on this thing. If you buy something that's $1,800, let's say is a stove or a refrigerator, you're paying back them $36,000 or $4,000. That's what you're paying them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to start thinking of things we do. And if you give yourself properly and you start budgeting it for $100, $100, 18 months, you
Yes.
have the money to go and buy it
Mm-hmm.
totally cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And
is
you
so
only
much
have
better.
cash in your hand. Now you can negotiate with them.
Exactly. Yes.
I really like that stove,
Yeah.
but I have, it's $2,200. I have $1,800. No, you going to give it to me or you going to let me walk out with my $1,800?
That's calling haggling. You're haggling with them there.
You're not haggling, you negotiate. Yeah. And here's a tip. You go at the end of the month,
Yes.
27 to 28, and they're struggling. Oh boy, we meet our target. Wow, sales bad this month.
Mm-hmm.
What? And I walk in with $1,800.
They wouldn't let you go.
You're going to let me walk back
Nope.
up and you still have to make, and you have to make $1,800 to meet your target?
Nope.
Are you going to let me go out the store?
Some Indians not letting that happen for sure.
Well, then, it is. You go to the next one and the next one.
Yes, until you
You
get it.
understand?
Yes.
Until you get what you want for the price you're willing to pay. That's what it is. Yeah. So sometimes you have to ask for what you want.
True.
Even when you go to these people that say they're giving you $50,000 no security, negotiate the interest rate.
Yes.
If they tell you the interest rate is 10%, no, say no. Can we do 7?
Can we do 5?
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Ask. And sometimes you'll be surprised what you get once you ask for it.
Yes.
Yeah. Use your skill. Some of us is, bad John, we talk, but when we're sitting in front of somebody,
We turn dumb. Yeah.
we go mute.
Uh-huh.
Why? Yes.
Yes.
I question everything. And I would ask you, can we do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I can't give me the interest rate at 5%, how about if instead of making monthly payment, how if I pay my bill bi-weekly?
Mm.
That drops your interest payment in half.
Exactly.
People.
Yes.
Yeah. All these things is up for negotiation. Talk to them. And you would surprise what would happen to you if you just ask the question.
Thank you so much.
Don't let the Christmas season frustrate you. Plan for it. My friend, the 7 P's, right?
Yeah.
You plan for next year. Next year is not catching you. You want to have your big birthdays coming up. You want to plan for it next year. Start putting the money to be away for it. When the time comes, you don't have to ask nobody. You go buy your drinks, you buy your goat, you buy your pig, you buy your thing, and you have your pet. And you didn't have to depend on anybody.
And you didn't have to go to your bank account to take it out.
You didn't have to go to your bank account because the money was there. You planned for it.
Exactly.
And you have a successful.
Yes.
You have a big party, everybody come and drink and had a great time. You had a great time celebrating your big festivity.
Exactly. Thank you so
that's
very
my
much.
little
Thank you
You're
so
going to
very
call
much.
just now again. Don't worry.
All right, guys.
Later. Yes.
Yes.
You see, I think we've been in Canada, just Nicholas and I know a lot of others like Annie and Lorna and Jenny, the whole work of it. The School of Hard Knocks in Canada touches a lot of things about budgeting and everything. Because regardless of where you work, any job you go to, they will have that option that you can save money out of your paycheck for later days. And some people pass up on it because it's like they work for the money, they want the money. But smart people like me and Nicholas and Jenny and Euclid and every one of them, we took that option. If they said, okay, we're going to match you 3% with what it is, you do another 3%. So you go in 6% and they pay 3%, you pay another 3%. So, it makes a lot of financial sense to budget, regardless of what it is. It's here, it's saying, MP says, good morning, CJ. I am popping out to say that I hate Christmas with a passion. Goodbye and have a goodbye and have a lovely program. Thank you so much, MP. So not everybody enjoys Christmas, as you say. You're one that says you don't do it.
Christmas, yeah.
I don't celebrate Christmas, so that is fine. And sometimes when I was back in Canada, and you go to I hate going to the mall because around that time you get bombarded so much, you're pushing and pulling and stuff. But again, let me explain. To those of you who want something special around the Christmas holidays, the things that you want only comes around the Christmas holiday. Like sometimes you need those baking pans, those really good ones. You go to Costco, they only come around the Christmas holidays. There are things that you can only get around the Christmas time. So you go to the mall and you scour the mall and you get it, you go about your business, you go home. Now, to the people that shop at Costco, because I discovered something at Costco. Costco bringing a lot of stuff around the Christmas holidays. So those of you who are listening in Toronto and the US and wherever, when you go to Costco and you look at say you see a beverage dispenser, a real nice one, and you say to yourself, "Oh, I really like that. I'm going to come by and buy it next time." Look at the tag that is above it. If it has this asterisk or the little star, buy it now. It's not coming back. It only comes once in every year. So if you see it and you see that little star on the side of it there, know that it's not coming back. Buy it now.
Okay.
Because everything else, once there's no star, they will get it back in stock. But once it has that little star on it, that means you're not going to get it in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, till December again, if it's there. If the manufacturer decide that they're going to send it back, that's another time you're going to get it. So if Jenny, Nona, chance the game, and every one of you that listening in North America and you go to shop at Costco, look for that little star that is close to anything that you like. Even the lightings, the chandeliers and everything,
Yeah.
they have that little star and you want it, get it then. Other than that, do not buy anything that you do not need. And that is the thing. We're talking about making a list. We spoke about making a list, Jess, and it says, when you make a list, check it twice. Does everyone on this on the list need a gift? First, before anything, decide how many people you intend to give a gift. Be like Santa Claus. Make a list and check it twice. Don't deviate from the list once you've created it, and you'll be better equipped to stay on track and avoid costly unplanned purchases.
Same thing I said.
Yes. I just reiterate
Yeah.
what it is when you make a list and you stick to that list. Then it says, make a budget. She advised shoppers to go through their budget and savings in order to determine how much you should be spent on each person. Give yourself a stated cap or max budget to spend on each gift, she said. You may want to talk with your friends and family to set gift expectations from the start, so you will feel less pressure to overdo it. It's also a good idea to make a list and rank what is most important to you, so you can still enjoy some of your favorite activities and experiences without setting yourself back financially. Again, the money, just we're talking about the money, how to save people from going through that hassle this December. And we are doing it early so that people that had the intention of going and spend money that you don't have, take a side step, take a back step, and look at the money you have and who you are supposed to give stuff. And do you need to give them a gift? Or do you just, need to say hello to them, talk to them, and be present for them instead of going and buy them a present that they do not need or want? That's why we are doing it this early, because it's the month of December. And as we say, everybody go cuckoo in December. According to, they go loopy, they go silly based on what Snag says. So we're trying to get you not to be loopy, not to be silly, but to be retrospective and do what you know you can handle instead of going and put yourself in debt.
Be strategic.
Yes.
Next one we come.
With your shopping. Overspending can be tempting, especially during holidays. That is why it is important to be strategic with your shopping and always have a plan. Remind yourself the purpose of the sale is to reel you in and get you to spend your money on the product. Instead, decide who you're buying for, how much you will spend per person, and then stick to the plan. This one season is not the only time there will be sales. Don't fall for the pressure tactic to buy now. Take your time to research who has the best price. And this is where we ladies come in, Jester. We are good at that. We know something, we see something at Walmart, or we see something at Best Buy, or we see it at Winners, we say, okay, I'm sure Best Buy must have it cheaper. So you leave Winners and you go to Best Buy. And you score Best Buy, if Best Buy have the best price, you go back and get it there. We are good at finding sale prices. Or we don't just pick up the money and just go right here now and buy what we see. And again, we look at as the English little boy says, we look at the flyer. When the flyer comes out, you check to see who has you get Canadian Tire, you may get things from, let me do Grenada, you may get from Huggins, you may get from Hubbard, you may get from Real Value. You look at all the flyers, or Creative does it best, or whoever it is. You look at all the flyers, you see the thing that you need, and you compare prices. And then you go buy the one that is within your budget.
Cheap is not always the best, right?
It's not cheap. Remember what I said. My philosophy, Jester, is do not buy cheap stuff. Buy good stuff cheap.
Well, I like that explanation. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't buy cheap stuff, buy good stuff cheap because they come on sale. I'm not going to pay the original price for it that is there. It will come on sale around the holiday season, and even after the holiday season, then I can buy it if I really need it. That doesn't mean that it is cheap to begin with. They drop the price to its original that it was before. So then I can afford to buy it then. And even though I can't afford to buy it at that time, then I still would leave it alone because my budget doesn't allow me to. And that is how we have to think about it. I was talking to a lady yesterday, and she said, there was this woman that came to buy a bedspread, and she went into some store, and she asked about the bedspread, and they told her, well, look, this is what I have. And she says, no, I bought this one last year. So they're telling me every year you're going to buy a new bedspread. And so by the time, if you buy one in 2021, 2022, 23, 24, 25, how many of them are you going to use? We can only wear one pair of shoes at a time. We can sleep on one bed at a time. Do whatever. So why do you need all of that? We have to learn to be minimalist. We have to learn to budget and stick within the budget, and not because it's out there. So when somebody comes to you, you say, oh, come and see my bed, and come and see. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's just sleep. I'm going to throw myself on it and sleep.
I remember when I used to be living with CJ. CJ used to buy curtains every year, He used to rotate curtains. And when you see the curtains, right? And it looks just as if it's brand new. But that curtain you see this year, it might have been used, let's say, maybe about 3 years ago. So you have an whole set of curtain that he just rotates.
Good morning, SPW. Shama is saying good morning.
Good morning to you, Shama.
I have 2 sets of curtains for this place here. 2 sets. You're watching one now, and then when I take it out, when I came, I washed thing and I put these ones. When I'm ready, I'm changing these ones and I put in this scarf. And I don't care if anybody come and say, Claire, you had that curtain there, that's mine.
Oh my gosh.
I do not care if anybody thinks that I cheap or whatever it is. No, this is mine. It's clean. It works for me because plus that I have blinds. So I don't really need curtains. I just put curtain as a window dressing.
All right.
So you don't have to have 10 set of curtains or 20 set of curtains or 5 set of curtains, and it's a lot of work and a lot of money because sometimes it's there and you really and truly do not.
And curtains are very expensive.
Very expensive, and you do not use them for a while because as much as you buy it, so the people are making nicer and nicer ones so that you can keep spending the money.
Attraction.
It is. And it is said that when you go to the stores, they put the things that attracts you on the right side because we tend to look right when we are walking to a store to see the things that are there. So we have to learn to be determined. We have to learn to be tech smart savvy, buying savvy when we want things. We cannot just go and just spend money that we don't have. And a lot of us do not have the money just for the things that we are trying to buy to impress people that we do not like and don't like us.
To impress, to create that impression. Yeah.
You should only impress yourself and your children, the people that is in your life. These are the people that you have to impress because they're the ones that is present in your life. No one else.
Yeah. And some people, again, they do go in competition, so they might see the neighbor with this and they tell it. These are some of the things that tend to put people under a lot of financial pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to you out there as well. I'm talking to me too. But I don't go spending those kind of money, but I'm talking to you. It is December. It is the 3rd of December. We are not too far away from December 25th. I am saying to you, use this, what we're telling you here today, to guard your finance, to spend wisely, and to know that at the end of December, there's January, there's February, there's more months in the year coming that you will need that money that you spend badly.
Yeah.
Take what I'm telling you here. I've survived it. It's not that I'm cheap or anything. I'm frugal because I know what it's like to not have money for when you want to do something and you don't have it when you spend it badly. So take that advice. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. You. Listen up.
Who you? They used to say, who's you? You in the book without a face.
That the you I'm talking to hard spaces. I'm talking to them.
Oh, God.
Talking to them.
My
You.
children was back then wasn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
So we're going to remind yourself what really matters. The idea of a gift is to let the person know they are special to you and that you care. Consider spending time on an experience or outing with them. Study shows not everything has to be a physical gift wrapped under the tree. Are there more gifts than space for gifts? Maybe consider one meaningful or thoughtful gift per person, and don't get carried away in buying multiple gifts for each person. Don't, because just there are people that buy gifts or buy presents for people, and they get it and they look at it and that is what Jester buy for me. That is what Claire give me.
Show appreciation. That's what you have
No
to do.
appreciation.
Yeah,
And
that's what matters.
they put it in a corner and then they regift later on. You know, black fruitcake? People will regift fruitcake, you know.
Yeah.
I may buy one and give it to you. I may make one and give it to you. You watch it. I think I want a cake. You give it to me. Or you give it to some, you regift.
Yeah.
Because you show no appreciation for the effort that I put into it. And it's because it is so commercialized that it has to be a gift that you want. And that is what I can afford to give you. If I can afford just to give you, to cook and give you a meal, this is my gift to you.
I view people giving gifts as not the value of the gift, see? It's the appreciation,
Or the
that
thoughts.
effort, just that thought of somebody, want to present you with a gift. Just that process alone, that you should show profound appreciation for somebody presenting you with a gift. And not so much about the value of the gift. I mean, come on.
Okay, so let's talk to people again on that. When we were growing up, Jester, as I said, our Christmas at the time was the cooking, the cleaning, the baking, the whatever. And people can pass by Christmas morning and they pass by my grandmother's house and she has sorrel and she has ginger beer and the coke and the whatever, and she gives somebody a drink or so. That it was what it was all about. And we lost that.
Yes, certain.
We lost that. We become so commercialized that everything has to be a monetary value. What I give
And
to
selfish.
you or what you
Sure.
give to me. And you may say, $20 a gift. You have what they call it, Chris Kringle or whatever, $20 a gift. But if I go to the dollar store with my $20 and I buy something for you, you may have seen it at the dollar store before. You know what you will say? Oh, Claire went in the dollar store and buy that for me. No, I'm serious. This is what I do. Claire went in the dollar store and buy that for me. They want me to go to Winners or Pier 50 or Pier 51 and get those things for you so that it has a brand name on it for them to be okay. But what they don't realize is that sometimes the thing at Pier 51 that you buy comes from the dollar store. And when manufacturers make stuff, they make it in mass. And then they might give mine a little shine, a little more to sell it, to make it a little more expensive, but I'm going to Pier 51 to give it to sell it. Nike and Under Armour and all those shoe company, they make their shoes in mass. And then they put different logo on it and they might give it a nice little stitch or a nice little design. But it all made under the same manufacturing company. So unless we don't get smart about these things, we're going to forever be slaves to what do you call them? To commerce.
Sure, I think if somebody buys something like Bobby's,
And they give me it, and then would they eat, what do you call it? Macy's is downtown. They would prefer you give it at Macy's. Or what a lot of people do They buy things in the dollar, so they buy Macy's bag and so on, put it in and make it believe that they come from Macy's. There are a lot of city trade on doing this. So that doesn't necessarily mean that what I gave you came from Macy's.
I don't know that there is.
No, just I don't do Christmas. I told you, I don't do Christmas.
All right, guys.
I look. I work at companies. I work at one company in 3 for 26 years. I've seen all of it.
I was just joking. I was just joking. You know, I like to pull our legs already.
I've seen it all. That people give people thing and they say, okay, you want that? I said, no, thank you. I said, why you want to give it away? Oh, that cheap thing she buy me, so I deserve the cheap thing that the person buy you.
But on a serious note, when I was in New York last year, I remember Nico and I was moving around Nico and Bushy there. Nico bought me by Bobby's. And trust me, there are a lot of good stuff inside by Bobby's. You would not be able to differentiate where certain stuff come from. Right?
I'm telling you.
And not just that. Some people out there who tend to buy things from Bobby's to send back home, they use stuff from Bobby's too. Certain stuff from Bobby's, they use it in.
Listen, I've got 4 glasses there. You see those glasses, those blue glasses? I got 4 glasses there. I bought from a place called Chef Depot. I see those glasses again at Pier 51. I paid, I think, $3 and so for one. I see that Pier 51 at $10, and I'm like, isn't that the same blue glass that I have in my house that is selling here? It all comes down to the name of the place that you buy it. And it's not about what the merchandise is all about. And we have to stop this. We have to stop being the name droppers and the brand name people, that if I have to give you something, it has to be from Under Armour or from Nike or from Gap. Who cares? Once you appreciate it, because the person do not have to do this for you. My 2 children, I always say to you, Jester, I said to them, I am your parent. I am the one that is supposed to give you stuff. Yes, I expect a thank you for it when I give it to you as appreciation. But no one else is obligated to give you anything. So if somebody, say you see my daughter Candy, so you see my son Marker, and you say, hey Marker, you're going back to Canada, here's a bottle of rum or something like that. You don't have to do it because you're not his father. You're nothing to him, but not you know his mother.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't show appreciation and say, well, you buy me this one, I wanted a Kenco bottle of rum for $150. Just take your bottle of rum back. I'm telling you, take it back because it shows no attitude and gratitude for what you just did for him.
Anybody react like that, that would be rather insultive to you, the person who tend to take it on your own accord and to present and get that sort of reaction in return. I think it's that person will have to be highly insensitive to bring out such reaction.
It is because we are ungrateful, Jester. We have become an ungrateful nation. As Judge Judy once says, we're creating a nation of idiots. Honestly, because when you know how you grew up and you try to pass on the same thing that you grew up with to your children, and other people see that your children are doing this, they say, oh, that gone out of the window. You don't have to worry about it. No, worry about it because this is what made me who I am and this is what I'm trying to make you to be who you are. Don't just ignore people and they give you something and you just throw it in a corner because you think what I give you is not as good as what Jester gave you. Because you don't know my financial status. You don't know what I have or what I can afford. So when you go into December, as I say, we start early this month, so that you can get a thing of how to go spending your money and what to do, so that you wouldn't have to be under all that pressure come January, February, because it is said that January and February, they are slow months. It is not slower than any other month, Jester. It's because you're bad spending money that you have in December. You spend everything and you forgot that there was a tomorrow. So when you do that, you are in despair. And as I said, the month of January, December, January, February is the highest month at the rate of suicide. People take their lives during those times because when at the end of December come and the bill come from MasterCard and Visa and so, and they look up, they look down, they look across and there's no help. They said, you know what, I cannot live that way. I cannot do this. They go and they jump the train station, they drink this, they do that. But again, You have to tell yourself that when you're doing this to yourself, think about the people that you leave behind that is also going through it with you or for you.
Yes.
It says, Mary says, it does not have to be Christmas to give a gift. A gift could be given at any time as long as it is given from the heart. And that is true.
It's so true.
That is so absolutely the truth. Because I used to, my children, if they do well in school and I know they want something, I'll go buy it without even saying that. And I just bring it. And I'm like, oh, Mom, thank you so much. Because we weren't expecting it. And these are the things that you have to do. You don't have to wait at the end of December to buy something for your child or buy something for someone. If somebody is good to you and that person is always there for you, as you say, they have your back, and you come into a little bit of cash or a little extra, you can buy something. It could be something small. And you bring it for them and it says, you know what? I'm giving you this to say thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for always having my back, because you mean a lot to me. You give that gift. It is even, I think it's even more accepted around that time than it is around Christmas, because around Christmas everybody expects you to give something.
Yeah, you're so correct about that, Claire. How better can we really put it out there for the people, man? I think they've got to really observe what you're saying, you know, needs as opposed to wants.
To want. And want has no end. We always want stuff. Just every week I see with a different shirt when you come in. That means you have a lot of clothes, right? But yet still, some days you may go stand up in front of your closet and say, I ain't had nothing to wear. And this again is bad. Because around the Christmas holiday, when they put everything out there, all kinds of designs and all kinds of fashion is out there.
And the lights are flashing on them, man.
Sorry, you.
What charge them?
Everything is out there for you to see and for you to buy. You don't need it. You buy those dresses that is sparkly like crazy because it's Christmas. At the end of it, it sits in a closet for the next year. And the other year, they make another one. If you buy a whole one, this year, next year, they make one with the back outside. Or you say, oh, that one that I buy is old fashioned. I don't want it. You buy another one. And we keep buying and we keep accumulating. And before you know it, we become clutterbugs. So all we are saying here is, and as Nicholas says, and I continue to say, beware of how you use your credit card. Be disciplined about it. Do not go buying everything you want to buy on your credit card unless you're getting cash back for a special reason. Spend your money wisely. Make a list of the things that you need and who you're buying it for, and stick to that list. Do not overspend. Do not go buying what do you say again? You take today and you pay tomorrow. That is putting more stress on you, because at the end of it all, Jester, you still have to go through your normal day of living when you still have to pay for this.
Craig, if anybody want to crucify me, tell me or take me and ask me to go in Grenville on a Christmas Eve.
Ah.
I can't deal with this congestion and this crowd and I really can't deal with that kind of serious.
Well, I don't even leave my house and go anywhere, to be quite honest.
I hate it.
And the thing is, three things happen when you're going to Granville around those times. You're on a bus that is packed beyond. You like sardines inside.
And then buses and them driving like 80 miles per hour because they're starting to make the dollar.
So your life is in danger. Next thing, you have to protect your bags that you have on the side of it, because pickpockets are out there. This is the time the pickpockets are out. The next, you have to go to the stores and mail with everybody that is pushing to get the same thing that you're going for. Those are the three things. And me personally, I do not like crowd. You know that I do not like crowd. So as far as I know, I don't need anything to say I have to buy this because Christmas is coming. I'm in Christmas every day because I live a normal life every day. And the things that I have here, I don't think I need more, because I do not want to accumulate more than what I have. Because what I have here is what I need, not what I want. So let's go over some of the things that we have to avoid around Christmas. Impulse buying. Don't just buy something because you see it and you just say, okay, oh, this is out there for, let me go get it. That's impulse buying. That is going to put you in deep trouble. Again, buy now, pay later thinking. Again, that is a no-no. If you don't have the money to buy it right now, do not interfere with this thing that you see on the shelf. Because if you don't have the money to buy it right now, That means you don't have the money to buy it, to pay for it tomorrow. I remember one man says to me, if somebody come and beg you in desperation, do not give them the money. Because if they're desperate now to get it from you, how are they going to pay you back when the time comes for you to pay the money? And that brings enmity. So you have to, even that, you have to protect yourself to Jester. By somebody coming to you and say, Jester, lend me a $50 until the end of December. January, as soon as I get my pay, you're going to get it. You know for yourself as well as I know, January is a slow month. They spend all the money in December. Tell me where they're going to get that $50 to give me back.
Yeah, I don't know sometimes person could very well get it more.
I ain't taking that. I'm going to tell you something. My dear husband said to me very early before in my thing, he says, Claire, do not lend what you cannot afford to lose. I never let that go. Do not lend what you can't afford to lose. So if you come to me, Jess, and you say, Claire, lend me $50 and I could lose 25, this is what you're getting. I give you that $25, not expecting to get it back.
Okay. It's not a bad way at all.
It is the best way.
Yeah.
Because you know how money causes chaos and conflict with people. They come to you nicely for you to lend them, and in your good grace, you give it to them. And when to get it back, if they see you on that side of the street, they pass on the next side. If there's a street in the back of the way you think, they pass in the back street. And when they see you, they just pass you straight as though they don't owe you money. But you see me, I always say, if you use the word borrow or use the word lend, give it back. If I decide to give it to you, then that's a different one. You come to me and you say, Claire, things really, really bad. You can give me $20. I give you the $20. And if I'm generous, I might give you 30. You understand?
Yeah.
But once you use the word borrow or lend, that is, you know that you have to pay back because you do ask the person to borrow something. You understand? So again, let's go to the point. Buy now, pay later? No. Impulse buying? No. Taking money from your other accounts? It's a no. Using credit card for everything? That too is a no. You have to stop overspending, and hear how you do it. You make a list. You make a budget. You have to be strategic with your shopping. Remind yourself what really matters, right? All of these are the good parts of shopping for December or going through December. You have to make the list and stick to the list. Don't pass through all the aisles in the store where they put all the attractive things for you to buy it when you don't have the money. You have to do them like that. Remind yourself what matters. And if what matters is spending time with someone you love, instead of going to look for a gift that you don't know if they want or need, the time spent with them is might be more valuable to them than buying a gift that you give them and they don't want it, they don't really care about it.
Yeah, Chris. So we would have dealt with that, and I think at this time too we could incorporate. We have a couple minutes. When it comes to consumption now, like eating, people eating habits and drinking habits around this time too. It's
It's out
quite
the window.
frankly, it creates some negative impact on them and their health. So they have to be careful about that, especially our diabetics and things in our society, that's a time when we're tempted to because the cake is around, the ham is around, so they tend to let the guards down quite a lot. I think that is something we could incorporate just for a couple minutes there too,
So let's say we have 7 minutes. So eating, no one says you cannot eat or you cannot drink. Again, this is where you have control in being disciplined and determined. I love cake, but not all cake. I love when I make fruit cake. I don't drink alcohol, I eat the alcohol. As I say, I make a cake. I love cake. And sometimes I make it and I say, okay, I'm having a sliver. And I have a sliver now, and then I have a sliver now, and then somebody says, Claire, stop it. You can't go overboard. So even though there's food all around you, around the festive season, that does not mean that you have to consume everything you see in sight. It is not a seafood diet where everything in front of me is to eat, so I'm going to eat. You still have to have the control that you know what is good for your body and what is bad for your body. So if you see that, okay, you go to Jester's house and Jester have a case of stag, and you feel, well, I don't get in stag every month or every week, and Jester have a case of stag, I'm going to knock myself out. I become a junkie. I drink stag and then I start saying all kind of wrong things that I couldn't say level-headed. So I get drunk and say wrong things, and that causes chaos in the family or between you and Jester. You see food, you have pork, you have bacon, you have ham. That doesn't mean that you have to eat all of the things that you see. And especially when you know everything is not good for you. Don't consume everything. Still, watch what you eat. Guard what you eat, because at the end of the day, if you're diabetic and you start eating all the cake you can, it spike your blood sugar. White meat, dark meat, I'm not saying that not to have it, but have it in moderation. I'm not saying don't eat anything. Have it in moderation. Because at the end of it all, January 1st, 2025, 90% of us hit the gym because we overeat and we put on weight and we're feeling heavy and stuff. And still that doesn't work because you go to the gym for 2 weeks and after that you quit again. So before you do that and you waste the money that you do not have in abundance, eat, streamline what you eat healthily, and eat so that you can survive instead of you surviving to eat.
Yeah, certainly.
And it's the same with drinking. You don't just drink because people normally give you a bottle of wine for Christmas or a bottle of champagne or something because everybody's in a celebratory mood. You don't have to drink all because they give it to you. There's other days that a friend might pass by and say, here's a glass of wine, or let's have this. But when you drink all because you think that they give it to you and it's yours and it's free and you didn't buy it, that you think, that is overindulging.
Yeah, Black Crusader, that song, when the carnival over. And then same thing, the Christmas will come and over.
There are months behind
Life
it.
will
Continue. Yes,
So,
life will continue.
yeah.
Somebody says, growing up in Grenada, we look forward to Christmas Eve movie show. That is true. The cinema, we used to go Christmas Eve to the movie and stuff. And
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. That's right.
Yes, it was a joyous time for us then because we didn't have much. And the little that we had, we made use of it. You shining that floor by 12 o'clock, Christmas, midnight in the service, and then we're going to look for boyfriend and girlfriend.
Back then, people used to have an outside kitchen.
Yes.
Right?
And it's big drum.
You have to use the knife. You probably a knife and with water with goose pour. And you got to take the knife and
everything's shining clean. And that's the beauty of it. You always could have 10 holes in it. But at Christmas, it's well put away. And if you want to celebrate Christmas, and this is the tradition you have to go back to, instead of having it commercialized and doing things that you're not used to and putting yourself under pressure. So here's my final note to you. If you're in the process of holiday shopping, think twice before hitting the malls and spend wisely if you must.
My advice is that, my people, make your list.
And stick to it.
Look around in the home before you go out. And then you will be making your list based on the need for the home. And after you have done that, when you go out there and you look at your list, that was not it. Then it was not need at a particular point in time. So,
and you always remember, the owners of the stores, they put it out there so that you can see, you can be attracted to spend the money that you do not have to spend at the time. Do not fall for it. Stick to what you go to the store for. If you go for one basin or one something, buy that one thing, walk out, pay the people and walk out there. So do not get distracted by what you have in front of you. Spend wisely. There is the month of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November coming that you still need to live your normal life. So we say thank you so much to each and every one of you for checking in with us today on another mental health program. This one we had to bring it in early so that people can really pay attention to the spending for the month of December before the 25th comes along. We'd like to say thank you to Mr. Terry Williams. We'd like to also say thank you to NOYZ 94.9 in New York, the Spice Rum, and to each and every one of you that participated this morning to make the show a success. We thank you, and hopefully whatever we said here today made a little bit of difference in your lives, that you will hold some of your finances back for the months that you really, really need it.
Well, my people, I just want to thank you so very much once again for tuning in for yet another mental health time program on Take 5 with CJ and Jester. I was in, now I'm out.
And so thank you so very much, and over aviento, all of the above. See you next Tuesday, God's will, with another powerful program from us. So we have come to the end of this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with